Dr. Bill Chakis from Football Reporters Online and the Beyond Sports Network, and we're here with Beyond Sports Network's Chief Operating Officer, Dan Evans. Dan, first of all, great combine today.
Thanks, Bill. Appreciate it.
Tell everybody what BSN really is all about.
Right. Beyond Sports Network, we're basically a sports media company. We help give a platform for publicity to Division I AA, 2, 3, and NAIA players. We do that through our online social network site. We do it through events like we had today with our Pro Day, and we also do it through our weekly radio show.
Now, let's talk about that show for a minute. We're getting a lot of players on there where we had probably the most people listening this past Wednesday since we started the show.
Right.
Almost 1,000 live listeners. It's only up from here.
Right.
Talk about what we do when a player comes on our show, what we ask.
Right. Well, our goal is basically to give the player an opportunity to really show who they are as a person. Not only give them promotion athletically, to highlight their athletic accomplishments, which isn't done so much in mass media. It's done through media like what we do. And we also want to give them
social media.
Yeah, through social media. And we want to give them the human side to really express who they are. For the coaches or the scouts that listen to our show, that want to find out who these players really are as people and how they can be a leading contributor on their team. And that's sort of what the goal is, for them to have fun, to highlight their athletic accomplishments, but at the same time let them know sort of the personal side.
All right, let's talk a little bit about the event today. We run a combine. Tell people what our combine is like and why we're different than quote-unquote some other people that do what we do.
Well, our big thing is we're not trying to gouge the players for money, but our thing is we're trying to keep costs as down low as we possibly can. We want to give the players basically verified testing times for themselves or their sports agent to go out there and promote themselves to pro leagues. These times are done with a laser timing system, done just like the NFL Combine with all the different bells and whistles. And we're just trying to give the players that same experience. At the same time, we want to evaluate the players athletically, and then we eventually look at their highlight film, their tape, which a lot of other Combine companies don't do. They just go off the measurables. We like to dig further into the highlight video, the game video, and look into their background and their previous accomplishment statistics.
So like Football Reporters here at BSN, we dig deeper for the story.
That's right. That's exactly what
Okay, now there have been some question about companies like ours and what we do, quote-unquote, being agents. Explain
Right.
how we're not player agents. We don't represent any one player any more than anybody else.
Right, yeah, that's a common question that we run into at BSN. We don't represent any players. We don't earn commissions from any players making it onto teams. We're not a placement service. Guys do not sign with us with the intent, if we put them on a team, they give us $100 or $200. We don't do any of that. We don't take any money in that regards. We make money based off the events we run here, and then also a subscription to verify the pro athletes within the network that don't make it to the events but want the exposure and the ability to put up their highlight film. And that's all we're doing, is basically giving the players a spot where they can put up highlight film, put up their stats, network with coaches, be proactive, and that's sort of what we do. We want to stay as far away from being an agent or a placement company, not that there's anything wrong with that, but we want to stay within NCAA compliance issues and regulations on all fronts.
Now, recently we split the network into 3 sub-sites.
Right.
High school, college, and pro. Talk a little bit about that,
and
what the benefit is.
Right, it's good. We did it basically off of experience. Originally it was all one network, and we found from a security standpoint, from a rules and regulations standpoint, and from a needs standpoint, from a needs within the profile and a needs within the whole entire network, we had to split them into 3, and all 3 have their different roles. The pro one is more subscription based. It's one that the athletes can pay for. The college one is completely free to all college students or student athletes that choose to access it. And there's a lot of regulations we've put in to prevent any NCAA compliance issues from taking place. And the high school one is geared to, it's not a recruiting site, but basically gives the student athlete at the high school level the ability to send out their video, and we give them a way that they can send out their video basically to every team, and at the same point have verified statistics within their profile to promote their speed, agility, and strength to college coaches.
And they're not paying $2,000 for that either.
No, for the high school side, they're basically paying about $25 a year for this coming year to promote themselves, and that rate may change. It might go up, and it might stay the same. We haven't looked at that yet, though.
Okay, last question for me. Talk about the experience that you've had working, with Jimmy and Eric and myself these past couple of months.
Right.
I'm having a great time. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, I've known Jimmy for since I was about 11 years old. I used to hold field goals for him at my dad's high school back in the day when he was a sophomore, and I wasn't even in middle school yet. And it's transpired when Jimmy started talking to me about BSN, and he said, "Hey, I think I got a way to help athletes get their information out to everybody." And I came from a small school. I played small college ball. I had a high school experience where I had a very good senior year, but not a lot of people knew about me. And I looked at this as a way to basically do something that I always felt that was needed to be done for the right reasons, was to basically help players that had legitimate quality talent find their way to the right levels. You know, we don't claim to ever make somebody better than they are. Our goal is just to help the good ones be found by the people they need to be found by.
That's right. He's Dan Evans, Chief Operating Officer of Beyond Sports Network. Thanks, Dan.
Thank you.